stuff out down by the water to try and cool down a bit, because it's just ridiculously warm in this house. Hopefully we stay connected. I think I've got everything I need. So just going to just head down to the water, try and cool down a bit. In fact, just coming out here is cooler. Show you where I am, just getting down here. But yeah, it's far too warm for me sitting in there. In fact, this is the first time I've been out today. But it's certainly a bit cooler down here. In fact, I came down here last night, flew me drone about. Oh. Got like a nice breeze coming in. But yeah, it's far too warm for me. So we're gonna walk all the way down here, and then get by the water. I think try and cool down. Probably got 5-minute walk down here. Not too sure what the temperature is, but I think it's still quite warm. Where's that geezer going? Can we get one over? But we'll go down here. Don't vape. Anyway, this is where we are. Hello there. Good evening. Welcome along. Got the drone in my bag. Am I in Stoke? Somebody's asking now. No, I'm in Kent. I'm in Gillingham in Kent. We're just going down. Yeah, it was pretty poor, the England game, really, against Ghana. But yeah, wasn't a good game. But I think a lot of the players that they picked have sort of never been in the squad before. And good evening, everybody. We're going to go down here under this bridge and come out. We're going to come out by the River Medway. Might put the drone up, which I I've got in my bag. We're going to go down here, past the mosque. Quite a few people mingling about still. We're just here, walking down here. The Croatia game, yeah, that was a bit different than last night, that's for sure. Anyway, you'll see the water in a minute, see how many boats are out tonight. Lots of boats out last night. I was flying my drone right over the boats. There's the mosque, the Nasir Mosque, and that is a peaceful mosque, that one. Signs on it saying everybody's welcome. Big old building, hatred's not for them. I think these are the non-radicalised ones. I think some people think I'm a policeman. Got me drone licence and insurance. But no, I'm not a police. I think they realise now. I'm not a policeman. Anyway. Sticks everywhere, a lot of rubbish about. Here we go, look, we're down by the water, nearly. It's that way to Chatham Docks. I ain't ventured up there yet, I'm just still enjoying the place I found down here, which is quite a peaceful place. I've been looking at a lot of Gillingham videos on YouTube, and people saying it's the 27th worst place in the country. But I've got to say I'm doing all right here. I found everybody quite hospitable. Then again, I'm just start mooching about, flying my drone about. I'm not sort of doing anything, but we're nearly there. You'll see the water in a minute in all the boats. You'll see all the boats, because where I'm going to be flying my drone, I've got like a green light, but all the boats, I think they've got to have a red and a green light. And where my green light has to be at the back of my drone, I believe that the green light on a boat is at the front and the red's at the back, but you can quote me on that. But yeah, I've had quite a few people approach me when I've been flying the drone, and all positive. I've had no negative, like I got in my village, no negative people chatting bollocks. So I've had no issues here at all. But then again, I'm a Kent person, do you know what I mean? So it's all good. But you never know, so. But it's all good. In fact, you'll see a little island. I'll show you this little island. This kiddie was going to do a YouTube video about this island over, I'll show you in a minute, and he couldn't believe that my drone could fly 15k. Obviously I got my new drone out, it's got a 15k range, so I can get right over to this island he's on about. But you'll see down here the slipway into the water in a minute. Big apartments there. or I don't know if that's a hotel or what it is. But there's a car. There should be a car down here with two fucking cones on the top. If it's still here, it's been here like days. Yeah, this one. Check that out. Oh right, it's got a sticker on it. Look. Nice car, but Kent for you. Anyway, you get down here. That's right out on the water out there. What's that flashing thing there? There we go, it's on the top of a boat, top of a yacht. My drone's already got built-in green lights, so I don't need to put one on it. It's quite warm down here by the water. Never really been down that side a lot. I'll go down this side. As you can see, go down here into the Medway. I think some of them are fishing boats, but don't quote me on that. I'm not a boat expert. But yeah, check that out. This obviously the tide comes in up here, and yeah, there you go, flashing in. Yeah. Every time I've been down, this has been like this, but I guess at some point it does come up here. I've also been tuning into all the boats on the radios. We've got the pier master there, or his office. Come down here. That's for berth holders. And then this is where I've been flying my drone down here, but I'm getting a lot more birds trying to attack my drone. Luckily I'm pretty quick on the drone, so hello there in the chat room, Rosie and everyone else. Fairly deserted along here tonight. Massive apartments up there. All these little boats. That one, that tall one. Got one there, the Obsession from London. That's quite a nice boat. But yeah, all of these lot are tuned to the marine band. But we'll go right down here, where we get out by where the water is. But some nice boats out there. I could probably swim across there. I'm a pretty good swimmer. Compass Rose. Got a very old steamship that's called the Medway something. That big steamship over there. I was talking to the guy the other day about that. He's come down here. Basically, the Medway leads right to the sea. There's a lovely breeze down here. Not too sure if you're catching the breeze, but it's quite nice. Let's go. We've got another slip thing down here into the water. I smell weed again. Every time I come down here, I smell weed. Yeah, check that out. He's smoking a big old spliff, I think. This must be the local spliff area. I can smell it. Go up here. There's a load more boats and stuff over there. There's a few boats out there. Something over there I can see. I ain't got my stuff yet. I'm gonna be getting it all back now. Yeah. There we are at the minute. Got a load of boats out there, but none of them have got their lights on yet. I flew right over there last night, but then I come across some I think it was power lines I come across. Massive power lines. Obviously I'm not 100% sure of the distances and that yet around here. I'm just getting to know them all. Got a gym over there. Yeah, we got out there. Water chopping about. Now I've strategically placed it where it's not going to overheat. And I haven't got my permission to move it or even touch it. So. Swans down there. But yeah, it's all good. A lot of washed up rubbish. We do. We'll whack the drone up quick. What I might try and do is just put that there for a second, just while I sort my drone out. Hang on. Hello? Hello, mate? You're on your way? Okay then, mate, I'll walk back up. I'm just down by the water. I'll walk back up, mate. How long? 50 minutes. Alright, I'll hang down here for another 10 minutes. It's lovely and cool down here now. Nice breeze. Alright, mate, I'll see you in a bit. Well, let's just put an end to yeah, it's all downstairs, mate. Yeah, and we're arranging, well, 2 carloads I think. Anyway, I've come down here to fly my drone. My mate, who's been a godsend really, he's been like helping me out with a bit of weed and stuff. He's on the way down here now, with some, so we'll have a walk back up, but it's all good. In fact, massive apartments. Yeah, I've not really said, I'm not really in communication with Clarion, to be honest with you. It's my social worker is in communication with them. I ain't got the energy to deal with them. To be honest, when I'm getting my things, it's going to be very hard for me not to say anything to Clarion people. So I'll try and do my best not to say anything, but it's going to be very difficult. But to be honest, I ain't really worried about them. To be honest, I'm quite liking this area. They're on about Tunbridge, but to be honest, I don't really want to go to Tunbridge. I'd rather stay here than Tunbridge, to be truthful with you. get my boat as well, be able to pick my boat up. We'll be able to get out there on the water. But yeah, got a really old steamship over there. I think that's called the Medway Queen or something. That's it, the Medway Queen. In fact, I'll give you a quick look at this old steamboat before we walk up, because my mate's going to be about 50 minutes. He's an electric car. You couldn't find nowhere to charge it. But yeah, you got all these boats here, yachts. All got antennas on. That's what I was picking up from my house. All these radios, I basically googled Gillingham, the frequencies. You can Google the frequencies, the lifeguard and all sorts. That's the pier master who's in charge of it all down here. Little bath. Have I seen any crackheads yet? I have not, no. I ain't seen anyone that's bothered me. If they bother me, I bother them back. But no, everyone I've come across been quite alright with me. And how sort of multicultural this place is unreal. But I've been out and about everywhere. I ain't had no bother at all. I'm not saying there isn't any bother that goes on around here. Apparently it gets a bit lively after dark, but everywhere gets a bit lively, doesn't it, after dark? But we'll come down here. I'll just show you this old one here. Look. That's the Medway Queen. I was talking to the guy the other day, and he did tell me when that was built. One step beyond, yeah, we'll be doing that soon when I get all my vinyl, which is what I've told. Oh, that's all I'm really after. Well, I'll get a few things, but still got a lot of paperwork and stuff. And this is an old steamship, the Medway Queen, which has been restored. The guy told me the other day. Yeah. Imagine being on that in its day. Bobbing away on the Medway. You got a Victor horse up there, which is a sort of Kent thing, Kent symbol. And it's huge, absolutely huge. In fact, I've not walked down this bit yet. I'm normally over there, flying right out there. But I see there's quite a few. I'll have to grab my fishing rod as well. There's quite a few people out fishing and that. You get down here. There's another one, look. Yeah, you've got an island over there, and behind that you've got another island. That one. Yeah. That's where I was, over there. Good place to get your boat in. Probably swim across there. Pretty good swimmer. Those don't look too bad. Look down here, scooting about. No swimming that. Strong undercurrents. But I guess, in you go, look. Yeah, well, that green, I don't know if you can see a green light over there, but there's an island now. Behind it is another island, and I was talking to this kid who does YouTube videos, and he really wants to get, he couldn't believe that my drone could fly over there. But I can fly right over that island and onto the next one, but I flew onto the first island, and over there you've got big electricity pylons. And I wasn't completely sure Obviously I'm still judging the distances, but anyway. Pretty old stuff. No swimming then. Head back up the road, back past the mosque, and then my mate should turn up at some point. I'll give you another look at this. It's Medway Queen. It's all wooden. Seat up there, look. I was travelling on that back in the day. Yeah, and that was restored. Not too sure when it was restored, but one of these flats has only made that. In fact, I'm going to have to ring the council tomorrow. Now that I've been out here, I'm not too keen on Tunbridge, to be honest with you. Because it's quite easy to get back from here. It's like 2 bus rides. But I think this is a completely different council, I believe. This is going to be Medway Council. Obviously I'm dealing with Tunbridge and Malling Council. Saying that, even though they shipped me right out here, all my social services stuff is still with my local office, which is all good. But, I don't know. There's that motor again with the cones on. But fucking, what's going on with that one? Yeah, it gets quite lively up near my house. Got these big block of flats opposite, which are a bit like crazy, but like youths and that hanging around out there after dark. But you'll find that in most places. I don't know what she's chatting about. But you've got like, I still haven't explored lots of stuff. I've got to go up to Chatham. It's just up the road here. You get to Chatham Docks. That's where my dad was based when he was in the submarine service. In fact, all this area would be my old man's sort of stomping ground back when he was young. My dad left Carpenter's Lane actually in Adelaide when he was 15 and joined the Royal Navy and ended up in a submarine. It's mad. It's been there a few days, well, since I've moved here. How long have I been here now? Getting a bit bored though. It's a bit better now. Now it's cooled down a bit. It's been a bit too warm out here for me. In fact, this is the first time I've come out today. We'll cross over here. Here's the main road. Sittingbourne, Rainham, Brompton, the Medway Tunnel. Brompton, I've never been there. But overall, I can't really knock the place. And I would tell it as it is, like I always do, and I think it's alright. I think a few years back it was quite run down sort of around here. But there's massive like blocks of flats. That's what I need, one of them flats, I think. But how long I'm going to be here, that's another story. Could be 8 days, could be 8 weeks, but all I know is that the more I'm around here, the less I really want to go to Tunbridge. Well, it depends where in Tunbridge, really. But apparently, so the rules state, you got to sort of pick, you got to take the first place they offer, otherwise, whatever. But I'll try and challenge that. But I think you can relocate anyway, to be honest with you. Just coming around the corner, you got like a big Lidl's over there, you've got the mosque there, and basically I live right at the top of this road. See what's going on. Probably not a lot, to be honest with you. Still, it's a lovely evening, I've got to say. It's going to get, I think in the next couple of days, I think the temperature is supposed to get ridiculous. Because I did think earlier about going back and trying to sort of rescue my vinyl. Not that it really needs rescuing, it's all in the same place. I've got quite a bit to pick up. Probably going to be 2 carloads full, I reckon. Like I said to my social worker, it's a good time to sort of download all my junk onto because apparently, right, if you don't get your belongings, they just come in and throw it all away. Which is just crazy, really. Hiring a van, yeah. Well, we've decided now that I probably don't need a van. We reckon 2 carloads. He's got, my social worker's got quite a big old car. We reckon. I reckon I'll get what I need in there. Because my social worker was on about like me renting out like a locker, do you know, like the empty lockers you can get to put your stuff in. But I said everything I've got I can probably get in the house, do you know what I mean? I can put it in there. But then I've got to go, then when I do move, I've got to move again. But I guess the social worker will be helping me with all of that. In fact, he's been quite helpful. The social worker. Let's try to get up here. Make sure mate don't turn up a bit early.
I'll go around like this.
Yeah, going up the hill now. Which is just here. Boom. Don't know what that used to be. Some kind of shop. Quite a few shops. I've got a shop 2 doors away from me up here. All different colours and shades of people. But it's all good, apart from it being a bit warm, but hopefully it cools down, you never know. Here we are. Going up. And it was the bin man today. I was looking for the wheelie bin or trying to work out the bins, but they ain't got wheelie bins around here. What you do, it's proper old school. You just put your bags out the front now. Yeah. But I only learnt that last night. Yeah, so to be honest with you, mate, I'm saving money already. Even though I'm skint as a rat until I get paid, I'm actually saving money already. To be honest with you, just by being out of that house. Where's he going? What, you turning in then? There's a few dodgy looking characters about. It's all good. Say hi. Hello, Jane. How you doing? It's getting a bit warm. See, you walk down there by the water, it's lovely and cool down there with the breeze. But you walk up here, it's all right again. Yeah. At night time, it sort of comes alive around here. Where am I? I'm in Gillingham in Kent, right by the River Medway. There's a really nice park up there too, up the road a bit. But we'll go in. Where's he going? Is he going left or what? We'll go and have a coffee, I think. Right, we'll have a wander up here. What did my mate say? 50 minutes. Hopefully it gets here a bit quicker. But right round the block here. I think it goes round the block. I've been exploring and that every night, having a little walkabout. Go up here and turn right. Should bring us out right by my house. Turn right up here. It's definitely a bit warm. I wonder if I could transfer council somehow. I think you can do that. But how you do that, I wouldn't know, but I think you can. Basically, come out down here. Yeah, quite a few new builds sort of going up, big blocks of flats and shit. Right, go through that bit. Basically all these little roads are just like blocks. It just, I didn't know that was there. Oh, wrong. In there, look. I got a cat, look there. Hey, mate. Yeah. Don't know how you get in there, though. A bit feety down there. Oh, right, you get in there. I didn't even know that was there, man. That place. Anyway, get in, have a coffee. My mate should now be, really, probably past Maidstone. Yeah, well, to be honest, if I got like a move, I'd be prepared to do that. But who knows whether I'll even. And I say Tunbridge, but it could be like anywhere. Do you know what I mean? But I'd rather just stop where I am than sort of go anywhere. Get in there. Get the light on. Right, anyway, I'll be back in a little while. Yeah, I'll be back later anyway.